I'm Injustice, and welcome to Forza Car Reviews. Today's episode is about early prototype racers, and I'll be driving the 1987 Porsche 962C with the Rothmans livery. After many changes and replacements to the engine due to changes in restrictions and being beaten by an older Model 956, Porsche once again replaced the engine in 1987, this time with a twin-turbocharged 3-liter flat 6 that produced 720 horsepower and 590 foot-pounds of torque. The 962 used a new aluminum chassis that was redesigned from the 956 with an integrated steel roll cage. The total weight of the car is 1,962 pounds or 890 kilos. The front of the body and the front axle were extended forward 120 millimeters or just under 5 inches, as apparently IMSA GTP wants the driver's feet to be behind the front axle. There are 12 different cars in this division, and 4 of them have 2 different liveries each. The average power for the division is around 670 horsepower, where the Jaguar XJR9 and the Sauber Mercedes C9 are tied with the most at 750 horsepower, and the Jaguar XJR5 has the least at 525. The newest car, the BMW V12 AMR, is from 1999, while the oldest, the Jaguar XJR5, is from 1983. This division is legendary for its extreme levels of downforce and high speeds. The 956, the predecessor to the 962, was Porsche's first attempt at ground effect. Ground effect utilizes changes in air pressure under the chassis to create a low pressure zone under the car. This increases the grip of the car without a tremendous increase in overbody drag, which allows for faster cornering speeds and faster straight line speeds. Porsche is the only manufacturer in the early prototype division to utilize ground effect for their cars. With top speeds exceeding 200 miles an hour or 320 kilometers an hour, and high levels of grip through corners at high speeds, the cars in the early prototype racers division deserve their legendary status in the racing world. Many of the cars in this division stay stable through corners at over 110 miles an hour or 150 kilometers an hour. The only car that will struggle to maintain grip is the Porsche 962. This is because ground effect relies on keeping a high flow of air under the car, so slower corners in the 962 become harder with its less effective overbody aero, which doesn't rely on high airflow. However, the 962 is the fastest car in the division with a top speed of 240 miles an hour. The only car that comes close to the 962 is the Mercedes C9, which tops out at 228 miles an hour. The cars in this division are easy to drive. The only difficulty is learning proper throttle control for launching and exiting a hairpin. These cars are perfect for competitive racing, time trials, and racing for fun. Only the newest drivers will have trouble with these cars, and only because they aren't brave enough to keep their speed through fast corners. While the 962 is the most difficult car in the division to drive, the satisfaction from stringing a set of difficult corners together is amazing. This car truly deserves its legendary status. And that's all I have for today. Remember to like and subscribe, and enjoy the race.